Hello there, internet world, or whatever the case may be. KYN here, and welcome back to part 2 of my question and answer video. So this is the case because I was not able to get through all my users' questions before my allotted half-hour limit ran up. Yeah, and this will continue to be the case for whatever future question and answer videos that I do at some point because I would like to limit each video to about a half hour. And so basically, whatever questions I don't get to, it will essentially be carried on to the next video. And this is the case right now, where I will continue with the rest of my users' questions and try to get through them if I can. Yeah, depending on how much I get through in the half hour. And before we get started on the actual Q&A, I would like to take this time to thank both SQ188 and Amani for their questions. Those were the two users' questions that I answered, or rather, the two users whose questions I answered last time. And so, yes, I believe there are 4 users who submitted questions to me. And so, this video will essentially pick up where I last left off and do the remaining 2 users whose questions I didn't get to last time. So, yes, I believe that's all I wanted to say. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the actual Q&A itself. So, let me go ahead and open up the document where I have my script. So, the next user whose questions I'll be answering is a person who goes by the name of Swerdis. He also hails from, he hails from Germany. And yeah, we have several different forum users who are from Germany itself. So Swerdis is one of them, and he's a really good friend of mine on both both YouTube and the forums. And his first question is: I already know what you I already know that you have Vietnamese roots. Do you have any connections to the country of your ancestors? And if so, how do they look like? Okay. The interesting thing is that, believe it or not, I've only visited my parents' former native homeland of Vietnam once, and that was back in 2020. So that was around the time when the pandemic was just beginning. And as a matter of fact, yeah, I think it came a couple of months after the first case of the COVID was discovered. Yeah, from the country of origin. Um, and so basically, I went to Vietnam in February 2020. So just a month before it was declared a pandemic, I believe. And I came back to the USA about a few weeks before my state was put into lockdown. So yes, when I went to Vietnam back at that time, I did get a chance to visit some of my uncles and aunts from my dad's side, as well as an aunt from my mom's side. Well, pretty much that time it was I came to my aunt's house, and I had several other aunts, I guess, who were I'm not sure if they're staying there or something, but I was able to see my other aunts from my mom's side as well. And but the thing is, I still have a lot of family in Vietnam who I didn't get a chance to see when I was there. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of places that I wanted to visit and see, but didn't get to because of the pandemic. In particular, I didn't get to go visit the north, Hanoi especially, and Hanoi is the capital city of Vietnam. And that was the case because pretty much that part of the country was put into lockdown due to the COVID. And I haven't been back to the country since that time, but I am eagerly awaiting the day that I will come back and visit, as I enjoyed my vacation very much, and I'm looking forward to coming back to Vietnam one of these days. So, in regards to that, I don't exactly know when, but yeah, maybe if not this year, then probably next year, or possibly even the year after. So who knows? But pretty much the reason why I was able to go to Vietnam back in 2020 was because I agreed to join my brother um, and meet up with him in Vietnam because up to year 2020, he and I were the only ones of the household who had not been to Vietnam yet. Everyone else has already gone. Yeah, both my parents and my sister. My sister only once back in 2016, but my parents had gone back several times yet in the last several years. So that just left my brother and I, who have yet to go to Vietnam. And so we finally got to in 2020, and we got to say we loved it a lot. And yes, I think we are definitely eagerly awaiting the day that we come back and visit. So who knows when that will be? But essentially, my brother had sabbatical leave, and yeah, so basically paid leave from work, and for an entire month because he's been with the company that he's worked for 5 years, and so he decided to choose February as the time to take his sabbatical leave. So that's when we plan to like vacation in Vietnam. So he and I went together first for about a week before my parents and sister met up with us. Yeah, a week later. So yes, there's that. And then in regards to appearances, some I only know via family altar pictures in my home. And some I never got to meet due to some having passed before I was born. With my grandparents, I only know the ones on my dad's side, as my maternal grandparents passed before I was born. According to my mom, one of them passed while she was pregnant with me, but she didn't know about it until after I was born. I think it was simply due to how she suffered a miscarriage with a sibling of mine before my brother, because she was so depressed when she found out the passing of one of her parents. And so I guess to avoid having the same thing happen to her again, yeah, I guess that's the reason why my family in Vietnam refrained from telling my mom, because yeah, I can't dare to imagine what would have happened. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't even be in existence right now if that was the case. Yeah, maybe because of another miscarriage. But yes, in regards to the miscarriage that my mom suffered, basically there was supposed to be another sibling before my brother. Yeah, so in other words, there would have been four of us. Yeah, if just the brother sister before my brother, my older brother, survived. But of course, I think at that point in my mom's pregnancy, I don't think we ever got to know the gender or anything. So unfortunately, yeah, we never get to know what it is, and of course, that is the sibling that we never got to know. But in any case, yeah, there's three of us, and we've all grown up pretty strong and healthy. So and we're pretty much busy with our adult lives, working our jobs and all. So we rarely get to see one another. But yeah, whenever we do end up having a short reunion, then we try to make it count and last. Yeah, whenever we can. Okay, and then where does this next question? I don't know if you'd like to travel, but if so, which countries have you visited already, and which did you like the most, and why? So, I haven't done much traveling, but it is something that I would definitely like to do more. As mentioned above, I've been to Vietnam, and other countries I've been to are Italy, Spain, and France. This was when I was on a Europe trip with the foreign language department of my high school, which does the trip every other year. The year I went was my senior year of high school, so that was back in 2007. So basically, 2006, 2007 academic school year. And out of these three countries I visited, I must say that I enjoyed France the best. The people are just so very friendly there. And correct me if I'm wrong, Spreeders, but I believe you told me that you vacationed in France sometime last year. I know it was somewhere in Europe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in Europe. Yeah, when you last told me. Um, but yes, when I was in France, I had an artist sketch a portrait of me. I don't remember how much I paid for it though, let alone if I still have it somewhere in the house. But I'm pretty certain I do have a picture of it on my hard drive. So and I don't think it's something that I've shared with this Lemmings forum community yet. So I may consider it, but yeah, that just requires that I um, basically go through my laptop's hard drive and see if I can find it. We also took an overnight train to France from Spain. I must say that was a really cool experience because that was the first and only time I slept on a train in a bed. Yeah, at least so far in my life. And when I was in Italy, we went to mass on Sunday, and that time I got to see Pope Benedict. Yeah, who was the Pope at that time. It was from a very far distance, but I still got to see him in person. Yeah, and I might even have some pictures of him, but I'll have to again, yeah, go through my hard drive to see if I do. And also, you most definitely can't beat Italian pizza, and especially gelato. Ooh, yummy, yummy ice cream. For Spain, I do remember it was raining one day. We went to the El Prado Museum. Yeah, so basically that's like an art museum, just featuring art pieces from that time, I guess. I don't remember how far back it goes, but I think it's like the 1800s to the current time. Um, and oh yes, one thing I didn't. It's not really mentioned in my script, but like yeah, another time was when I was in France. Yeah, we got to go visit the Louvre, and yes, that time I did get to see the Mona Lisa painting, the actual one. But personally, I got to say that I was a bit disappointed in it because like it wasn't as big as I thought it would be. Granted, it's still huge, yeah, at least from some perspective, but it's not like huge, huge. So quite personally, yeah, I was disappointed in that. But it was nice to see it in person, though. Yeah, the actual painting itself. But don't go in there expecting the painting to be very big. Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, not like out, blown out of my way, huge. Yeah, but yeah, it is very, very different seeing it in person than just seeing a painting of it or a picture of it in books and stuff. And so yes, with the countries I have visited, yeah, I've actually been to three continents: North America, Europe, and Asia. And so, believe it or not, I've actually been to more continents than either of my parents, because they have only been to Asia and North America. Because they're originally from Vietnam, so therefore they have been in Asia and North America when they moved here, and then had us three kids. And so yes, with the fact that I've been to North America, Europe, and Asia, that makes three continents I've been to, while my mom and dad have only been to two. Um, okay, so that was the last of Swerdis's question. Yeah, he pretty much only had two, but I told him it was perfectly fine, as he is more, or actually, all my users, they're more than welcome to submit as much as or as little questions as they want. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many. But the important thing to realize is that I will get to every question. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, like I am doing right now with the rest of the users who submitted questions to me. So with all the Swerdis's questions out of the way, that brings us to the final user who submitted questions to me, which is APJJM, or APJ for short. Yeah, as he tells me that he likes to shorten it to. Um, so the first of APJ's questions: what are your favorite games, excluding Lemmings, and why? So this is very similar to the one that Amani already asked me in the previous video, but yeah, I'll just reiterate it here for APJ. I love Blizzard games a lot. I first played StarCraft and its expansion, and later on Diablo 2 and its expansion, then Warcraft 3 and its expansion as well. So the Frozen Throne. And in regards to RTS, real-time strategy, I'm not super good at it, but I still enjoy these games very much. Out of these, Diablo 2 was likely my most favorite, especially since it has a lot of memorable script/elements. Not to mention there's a lot of replay value, and every playthrough is different. And since I love puzzles a lot, yeah, the Incredible Machine games was another series of games, favorite series of mine growing up. While there were some puzzles I couldn't solve as a kid, I do remember getting through all of them when I revisited them years later once I was older. So yeah, just a short point of it, and I guess for a more detailed explanation, you could always refer to the previous video, APJ. Um, I didn't really go into a lot more detail, but it is like more detailed than what I actually gave you here in this video. But yeah, it's mostly just a repeat of what the answer that I gave to Amani. Okay, and then APJ's next question: if you could go to any place in time to visit anywhere, where and when would you want to visit? Okay, this was generally a very, very tough one. But in any case, yeah, it's still a pretty good question. Yeah, and I certainly don't mind these questions that were asked to me, or rather submitted. So in regards to that, yeah, I think after some thought, I would definitely have to say that, yeah, this is going to be pretty ancient here. But yeah, I think the time of the dinosaurs is one time period that I would like to go back to, because personally, I love dinosaurs, and so when I was growing up, yeah, I played a lot of dinosaur games and also watched a lot of dinosaur movies as well. I don't know how familiar this movie is with this community, but yeah, The Land Before Time was some of my favorite series. Was a favorite series of mine growing up as well. And yes, it basically follows these protagonists. Yeah, at least the way the storyline first started in the original movie, in the original Land Before Time movie. They basically traveled to a paradise place called the Great Valley, and it was a journey filled with a lot of dangers. Yeah, from pretty much from nature itself. So like there were volcanoes that they had to go through, and also a looming threat. Yeah, that was pretty much almost present anywhere. Yeah, from the shark tooth, so a T Rex. Yeah, who was the main antagonist, and yeah, occasionally I still watch it from time to time, but like the one time, or rather, the first time I really, really came back to the movie itself was during the summer before my second year of college. Yeah, back in 2008. And yeah, that was the very first time I've seen the movie in a very long time. And I got to say, I was I was more emotional that time. Yeah, in one particular scene. Yeah, and that is the one of the most memorable scenes, but it's also one of the saddest in movie history too. And that was the death of one of the protagonists' mother. Yeah. Also, in regards to dinosaurs, yeah. I got to say that the Apatosaurus is pretty much my favorite dinosaur species. Yeah. I don't exactly know why, but like I just find like dinosaurs with long necks, yeah, very fascinating. And so, yeah, fun that movie. I would definitely have to say, Littlefoot and his mother are pretty much my favorite characters. Yeah, at least from the original movie. Um, and yes, this is there's something that I still don't understand to this day, and that is I don't exactly understand why the writers of the movie had to like kill off his mother. Yeah, because that is, like I said before, one of the saddest scenes in movie history. Yeah, and occasionally when I do come back and watch the scene again, yeah, I always get more emotional than I used to. Um, and I sort of remember being very confused by it, yeah, as a kid as well, because I think like many people, I thought she was only sleeping, but yeah, later I found out that when I was much older and could understand some more of it, yeah, that yeah, it was indeed they did kill her off, yeah, the writers that is. But yes, it's definitely something that I would consider checking out if you're into that kind of thing. Yeah, if you're into dinosaurs like I am. Um, but yeah, in my real life though, yeah, if that was possible, yeah, I think I would definitely go back to that time when dinosaurs used to exist here on Earth. And of course, I wouldn't definitely, I definitely wouldn't mind like mingling among the friendly ones. Yeah, so the apatosaurus is probably likely one of them too. Yeah, they're pretty big and like yeah, they're just so fascinating in many ways with the long necks and being able to like reach the tops of trees and stuff. Um, so yes, there's that. But yeah, if we want like more recent times, then I think I would have to say that I would probably go back to the time of Isaac Newton and Leibniz. Leibniz. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how you say his name. I think it's even German itself too. But for those of you not in the know, there is some dispute as to which of those two invented calculus. So we know for sure it's either Isaac Newton or Leibniz, but we can't. But no one has pretty much agreed on who was actually the inventor of calculus. And so the reason I chose that time as another time period that I would definitely go back to is because when it comes to mathematics, yeah, in addition to algebra, I also love calculus a lot too. And so I'm hoping that like if I do land a future teaching job in the future, yeah, calculus is one subject that I would like to teach. And so yes, being the inventors of calculus themselves, I definitely would have loved to see the actual development of the subject, because I just find calculus so fascinating. And yeah, it definitely would have been great to see what was going on in their minds and stuff. Um, and then yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Other than like possibly like I think that was the time during the scientific revolution as well. Yeah, when both of those men existed. But yeah, pretty much anything like other than math and stuff. I also like science in general too. Um, I'm thinking that I'm probably not as good in science as I am in math, but I'm still like pretty solid in that subject, and it was one of my favorites as well. And so yeah, I think pretty much scientific revolution will also be another around the same time period as well as those two gentlemen. Yeah, that will go back to. Definitely a lot of nice developments in science and mathematics. In particular, yeah, a lot of famous astronomers around that time, and astronomy is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, and yeah, I'm one of those people. I love to stargaze, and I did that occasionally back when I was in college. Yeah, basically whenever I need fresh air or need um, to go outdoors to like clear my mind and everything. Yeah, and just to like relieve myself and relax from all the stress that I've been experiencing. Yeah, I would occasionally go out at night and just basically look at the stars. So that's a lot of fun to do. And I've always talked about like maybe one day owning a telescope and like just using it to look at the stars and try to find other stuff in the nightly sky. So like the planets and other things that you could probably spot with one. Um, and then I think one of these days I would also like to go to an observatory. well, I've been to an observatory. Yeah, it's called the Griffith Observatory in LA, and definitely worth a visit if you're ever in the area. Yeah, about a good, I think it's like a good 45 minutes to an hour drive from where I am. But yeah, if you're into astronomy, I would definitely go check it out. Um, but yeah, to use an actual telescope, yeah, to look at the night sky and at an actual observatory, yeah, I think I've yet to do that. But I think I would like to do that one day as well. Yeah, along with like possibly just owning one. But I think from what I've seen online, I think they also tend to be very expensive as well. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, if it doesn't happen, then that's okay. But yeah, I think if possible, I would like that to happen. Okay, and then I believe this is the final question from ABJ, and the bonus lemmings related question: what are the most important ingredients in the Great Low or Lower Pack for you? So, quite honestly, it's very difficult to find a lemmings lower that I don't like, as I pretty much like almost any low. Particularly because a lot of time I don't really have any elements that are considered general dislikes for me. However, I generally don't like lows that involve excessive spamming of the same skill. So basically, this especially goes with the type where you have to like keep everyone safe in the meantime until the path is ready, or mix it safe for everyone. And yeah, I generally find those very very tedious and a bit annoying, quite honestly. And another type that I've seen that some others don't like, which extends to me as well, are basically those where the solution is obvious, but you still need to rewind and readjust skill assignments to get the right timing for the solution to work out. And when I say this, it's in a way I'm kind of a hypocrite because considering that I tend to get sucked up into very fiddly and messy solutions whenever I'm solving. Yeah, and that's unintentional on my part because I like to keep solutions as easy as possible. But yes, the fiddly and messy solutions, you will probably see this a lot in my various LPs. So a lot of it is just self-inflicted, yes, but I do find levels like this annoying, where there's always one needs to be done, but having to constantly rewind and readjust skill assignments to get the right timing and for the solution to work is no fun at all. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much goes for anyone else as well, especially for the people I consider much better at solving than I am. Um, and there are also some things that I don't mind at first, but if there's too much in short order, then it will annoy me. So in this case, for example, uh, two things come to mind here: pixel precision and hidden traps. So especially for the latter, I don't mind the occasional one, but too many of these in a short amount of time, and it will annoy me. Um, so pretty much because they're CPM and everything, which is pretty much a mode that allows you to distinguish like terrain from steel and like see where the trap triggers are. Yeah, basically it reveals things that are hidden from you. So therefore, it's kind of pointless to like hide traps and X's nowadays. And especially since one click of it, and then you can just instantly see where it is, rather than waste a lot of time. Yeah, with trial and error. Yeah, just searching all over the place until you find it. Yeah, unless there's some clear indication where it is. Yeah, which is pretty much the general guide. Like you have to like hide these things. But for the most part, because CPM exists, at least in the engine called Neo Lemmings, which is a really very convenient way of playing the Lemmings games. Yeah, unlike in other ports where you don't have such conveniences and tools. And and then to add upon some of the things that I've already expounded upon, I also tend to be a traditionalist when it comes to Lemmings, meaning a time limit on every low, 8 classes skills only. And this was the biggest reason why I was very hesitant to get myself into Neo Lemmings for years. And before I did, I was a very heavy Lemon slash Super Lemon user, as it did have a lot of what the classic Lemmings has, just with some convenience features, such as assigning skills while paused and directional select. Finally, something I've stated over and over, and that is hard lows are the type that I tend to love to play and solve. So it's not to say that I don't enjoy easy slash medium lows, because I enjoy lows of all difficulties, but the hard ones are my type of puzzle slash low to play slash solve. So really, I guess the ones I like tend to be those that are clean solutions, which again, is essentially almost every low, as I believe authors generally don't go out of their way to make lows with very messy solutions. And to use myself as an example, yeah, when I make lows, for example, if I notice a lot of pixel precision assignments, I always try to um, design them so that pixel precision isn't needed. In other words, there's more than one possible spot to assign the skill. Yeah, because as I said before, yeah, I don't like to players to fail my lows just because they did not place the skill correctly. Yeah, and precisely. So therefore, I try to avoid those in my design. Yeah, and I had to do that a couple of times. Yeah, because I noticed that the when basically testing my own levels and getting a replay solution out of them. Yeah, sometimes these pixel precision assignments just pop up like unintentionally, and so when that happens, I just redesign them so that the solution is much cleaner and not as fiddly. So yeah, that brings me to the end of my script, and that's all the users that submitted questions to me. So yeah, part two actually ended up being a little bit shorter than part one, and which is perfectly fine because here we're closing up to 26 minutes, and yeah, I guess if I think of anything that I want to say, yeah, in the last few minutes or so before I wrap this up, then I would do that. So yes, at this time, I will take this time to thank SQ188 Amani, yeah, who I already thanked earlier in the video, and in addition, Swerdis and APJM, yeah, for submitting the questions to me for this Q&A video or for this Q&A session. Yep, and this Q&A session, as mentioned, yeah, this happened to be two parts. Yeah, only because this part pretty much just cleaned up, or rather picked up where I last left off. Yeah, since I didn't get through everyone's questions. But yeah, now it's all questions from all users have been answered. And so, yeah, that pretty much concludes the Q&A. So thank you all for your questions. And I got to say, this was a huge blast um, answering these questions and like basically just for everyone to get to know me better if you happen to stumble upon these videos. Um, so I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I myself am certainly ready for a break because yeah, I've been working a lot lately, and um, from my understanding, there is about I believe a month left. Yeah, before school is out for the summer. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, just need to hang in there a little longer. Um, and then in regards to future plans and everything, I am thinking of possibly taking a nice vacation with my parents and possibly my brother and sister if they would like to join us. I don't exactly know where, but I think it will have to be limited to the USA just because it's not exactly safe for in some parts of the world yet, just due to the pandemic that's still going on. Yeah, who knows when that will be ending, but I can imagine that it's going to be a long time before everything returns back to normal. But yes, I think it will be a vacation somewhere here in the USA. Either to a spot that we've been to before or one of the new places. So one of the places that we discuss, or at least I discussed with my just briefly with my dad, is we're possibly thinking of maybe Yellowstone. Yeah, I believe that's in Utah. I would definitely love to visit that. Yeah, and there's definitely been talk about that in the last couple of years or so. Or if not that, then maybe something that we've already been to, maybe like Yosemite or Lake Tahoe. And if I am not mistaken, I believe Lake Tahoe was the place that my parents went to for their honeymoon. I will have to ask them again because I'm not entirely sure that's 100% correct, but I believe that's what they have told me, and from what I remembered. Um, so there's that because yeah, if I'm not like working any job near summer, yeah, I'm still thinking of possibly trying to see if I can get one. But especially since we teachers kind of have it rough in that like we do have 2 to 3 months off, yeah, during the summer, and during that time we are not paid since we aren't working, and so I think most of the time that's the reason why teachers tend to have more than one job, just because those jobs will help them sustain themselves during the summer, yeah, when they're not teaching. So who knows? I might end up getting another job and stuff. Maybe some kind of tutoring job, which I have done before. But yeah, I guess time will tell, and we'll wait and see to see what happens there, or I'll wait to see what happens. Um, and then yeah, in regards to the lemmings community, yes, I will still definitely be around. I will probably likely take another break from the game itself, yeah, at some point as well. Um, but I would definitely continue to participate in contests and basically getting level packs solved, yeah, whenever I can. And of course, those LPs that you've all been enjoying, yeah, those will continue as well. Those aren't going anywhere, so don't worry about them disappearing and I myself retiring from it no, no, no. I don't have any plans to stop doing them anytime soon. So you'll still get that from me. And yeah, and pretty much whatever things come up that I think will be relevant for the future, yeah, I would definitely post in the publicly on the forums, yeah, to let everyone know. Um, Granted, I don't think I get as much replies as I would like to, but that is quite alright. I don't expect one, but if a reply does come, yeah, then all the better. Yeah, I really love those. But yes, I'm actually very glad to be a part of a nice community. Yeah, where most of the discussions revolve around the game of Lemmings itself. Yeah, that's always a lot of fun, and just to see and read people's experiences on the various games and levels. Um, but yes, I would definitely continue to keep solving levels and make levels as contests happen and everything. And I think I've already touched upon it at some point. Yeah, just briefly. A future level pack for me is a possibility still. Yeah, I haven't exactly said that I will or haven't um, be making one, but yeah, a future level pack is definitely a possibility still. So I haven't exactly done anything towards that, but I think that I would definitely like to try my hand at making one. So if that does happen, then yes, of course I will definitely announce it. Yeah, possibly ahead of time before the actual release. But yeah, for that I will have to get into my level making mind itself and get things actually done towards one. But yeah, just keep an eye out. And possibly I may bring it up from time to time as well. And if I don't do an actual main pack, yeah, before any special packs, such as like for events like or occasions like Halloween or Christmas and stuff, then yeah, maybe I'll just start with one of those small packs. Yeah, yeah, around like the special time of year and stuff. Just like for example, Christmas, like I mentioned before. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much what I think I would have in mind, uh, for some point in the future in regards to like lemmings and everything, and also just the what's what might be happening in the next few months or so. Yeah, before the rest of the year carries out. Yeah, in regards to work and everything. Um, yeah, I think I will. I will either like continue subbing in the fall again, or possibly during that time, yeah, if I'm able to, then apply for a full-time teaching position, and if I get that, then great. But yeah, we'll have to see, or I'll have to wait and see what happens there. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share for now, and so I think I got to say that I fitted in like a really nice 7 to 8 minutes of post commentary, yeah, after the actual Q&A. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for the time being. So I will reiterate this as well, and that is, yeah, I'm pretty sure future Q&A videos will happen. So and in regards to that, I'm thinking of doing another announcement video for that, either in June or July. So I don't exactly know when yet, but I'm almost certain than not that I will be doing some more in the future. And I'll also make it known right now that if you're a user who's already submitted questions to me, yeah, then of course for future Q&A videos, you're more than welcome to submit more questions for me. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to answer more of your questions. And then for those of you who did not submit any questions the last time, then yeah, I encourage you to submit some questions to me for the next one, and possibly the future ones after that too. But yeah, don't be afraid. I won't bite or anything. We're a very friendly community, and yeah, I tend to get along pretty well. Yeah, with everyone for the most part. So yes, just be on the lookout for future videos from me. Yeah, including the announcement video, Q&A video that I will possibly make. Again, I'm thinking of maybe either June or July. So yes, I think that's all I wanted to say. So with this, I hope everyone has a nice day, and I'll see you guys all around.